Hey there, and welcome to an exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast. I'm your host, JB. Of course, here with Jackie Poo Hunter. How's it going, Jack?
What's going on? It's going good, man. How are you?
I like how I introduce you as Jackie Poo Hunter and you give him spirit fingers.
Well, I mean, would our audience expect nothing less? That's the thing. So
Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
At this point, I think it's very much so expected.
yeah.
So,
But
anyways, man, what's going on with you?
dude, you know what? I've been busy, extremely busy, as you know, with JHP.
Of course.
There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of good stuff. What's up, Sean? Welcome, Sean. Welcome, brother.
Yeah.
We got so much we can talk about and so much we can't talk about, and that's a good thing. For once in my life, it's very good to not talk about something. So I kind of, for you guys,
I believe you when you say once.
Yeah, for once in my life. Yeah. So yeah, because there's so many things I talk about that I probably shouldn't say live on air. But you know what? You know what? Tonight, Justin, is a very special episode. It is a normal Tales from the Podcast episode. But
Is it though?
And everyone that's
It's the
listening
beginning of a new season.
It is. Yes, season 4. And everyone out there, we have got some shows coming up that oh my God, they're so good. They're so good. They're so good. I'm so excited. Like
I know this is one of your favorite seasons.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think last season I gave a 10 out of 10 for the war episode we had with Josh and Offs on there. That was with us.
Yeah, with Yellow.
Yeah. So who knows? I think I may surpass my 10 out of 10, thing. I don't know.
You can't really surpass 10 out of 10. It's like
you can't really. Yeah.
Where it like stops there,
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of the limit.
Yeah, it's exactly the limit.
So I think someone in my room is above the limit because just dropped their daiquiri everywhere.
Right.
You definitely did drop your daiquiri. Yeah. It was empty. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that brings us to our guests tonight. Well, we had just to let everybody know, before the show, we did have her in a box of her own, but due to my shitty internet here in Louisiana, I apologize. But we made the call literally like 30 seconds before the show. Hi, Joanna. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the show.
No, hi for Jack. just hi, Justin.
Yeah, just hi, Justin, because you know what? You got your money. I'm sorry. I sent you your stuff. Justin got it. He's good. I hope you enjoyed whatever you bought. I'm excited for you, Joanna. So tonight's guest is hi, Jack. Hi. Hi. Wait, with no exclamation. No, nothing. Okay. Thanks.
Stop thinking about yourself. Come on, we got a guest to introduce.
I know we do. That's what I'm getting to. So, by the way, everyone, I am not gay. I know it's a shocker to everyone out there, but tonight's episode features my girlfriend, Macy Merrick, the love of my life, who's a special effects artist. So you can come. You can come sit down. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Macy. How's it going?
Good. Hi.
Hi. It's nice to finally be able to get you on here and chat a little bit. So,
For sure.
I'm hearing a lot of good news and everything about some of the special effects work that you have coming up. I know a lot of it's kind of hush hush, so I kind of avoiding talking about it. But is there anything that you could tell us that that you have upcoming that's pretty cool?
Well,
Sleepwalker.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sleepwalker coming up.
Oh yeah.
Have to get Jack in a
Leotard.
yes. We're gonna have to do a lot of sculpting and everything. He wants all the muscles and whatnot, so we're gonna have to get on that soon, actually, because that's coming up in a couple weeks. Actually, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be a good experience.
Sam, I'm so sorry. Look, you are the other side of me. Okay, I wasn't gonna reveal that my secret life, Sam. Way to break the ice, ladies and gentlemen. God damn it, Sam. God damn it.
Well, what can you do? So, anyways, I guess I should probably start off, I guess, with one of the more appropriate questions for this show. What got you started watching something like Tales from the Crypt?
Well, I started actually watching it when I was, let's see, about like 8 years old. I remember watching it with my hey, bully free.
Oh
Bully
no,
free,
they're
brother.
bullying me, so I have to.
Bully
I fuck
free.
them up.
No, I used to I don't remember every little detail, but I do remember first watching it with my friends in at their house. And I do remember the Crypt Keeper really freaked me out as a kid, but I loved it. I loved being scared anyway. Just that kind of creepy feeling. I just always loved being scared anyway. And they lived in a really old house, and so their floors would creak and shit like that. So it was really cool. I really like watching that, and now I get to see more into detail now because we watch it every week now. So it's pretty cool.
But
Right.
what's interesting is about this season though, like I have a feeling I'm gonna be watching it continuously because this season you can't just watch one. Like you have the full series.
It gets tough.
Yeah, you have to watch. But to stop yourself is the hard part. So.
Right. Wait till we get to the animated series.
Oh, I already have that. We know that.
Excited.
I actually bought the bootleg version of it without realizing it, and Justin's like, "You dumbass!" Like, here's the link to the real one. I'm like, "Oh, thanks, appreciate it."
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. So, anyways, we should probably go ahead and introduce the episode that we're doing this week, which is from season 4, episode 1, None But the Lonely Heart, which first aired June 27th of 1992 and is based off of the Tales from the Crypt issue 33 comic book. And we got Sam chiming in again. Never gonna have just one. I'm a whore. I need more and more.
You know what, Sam?
Oh, Sam, we love you, brother.
You live your life, bro.
So, anyways, though, this episode was directed by the Tom Hanks.
The
It was directed.
yeah, he
yes.
he was in it as well.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably most famously known for Joe versus the Volcano.
What?
Yeah, that's at least my favorite movie that he's in.
Really?
So,
The Burbs? Really? You didn't like The Burbs?
oh, The Burbs is good, but Joe versus the Volcano is a really good one too.
You know what? I've actually never seen Joe versus the Volcano.
I'm not surprised.
Not surprised. Yeah,
I'm really, really not. Well, anyways, he also did what Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, Toy Story, Catch Me If You Can, Philadelphia,
Sully.
Money Pit. Yeah, he's been around. That's for
Mr.
sure.
Rogers, which will make you tear up if you grew up in the 80s watching Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers was a
Will you be my neighbor?
no.
God damn it.
Sorry. No, so yes, it was a very good touching movie.
Touching Mr. Rogers moment.
Yes, touching Mr.
Yeah. Great. Anyways, this was written by Donald Longtooth, or I guess better known as Terry Black.
Donald Longtooth, that was his name.
Well, that's what he went as. His real name is Terry Black.
Is he of the, what's that word? Native Indian descent? Or the
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh.
I really don't at all. And Sam Knight chiming in, dude, Tuner and Hutch, Money Pit, big. Yeah. None of them still are even close to Joe versus the Volcano.
But wait, That Thing You Do. He was in that. It was a good movie.
We got David chiming in. There seems to be many celebrities who have directed a lot of the movies they have starred in, like Jodie Foster, Clint Eastwood, Spike Lee, and Charlie Chaplin. Yeah, that's very true.
Road to Perdition.
It seems to be a fairly common thing there.
Well, Road to Perdition was good. It was based on a comic book.
He was a werewolf. Oh man, look at this. We got him. He was also in Big. Yes.
What's that? Wait, is Big a movie?
Road to Perdition. I think it's about these giants.
Yeah, it's probably like this like.
I think it was one of the Hercules movies. Big.
Oh yeah, that's
with Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah. Don't fanboy out again.
I'm not. Anyways, we have Treat Williams in this as Howard Prince. He was in Deep Rising, Jack's favorite movie, The Phantom.
Oh, he was. You're right. He was. Oh, dude. Yes, that was great. Yes. Don't knock me for The Phantom. Okay.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. Right. But tell me I'm wrong. It's not one of your favorite ones.
It's not one of my favorite, but I mean it's okay. It's one of my favorites. It's not my top, but it's
no, but it's up there.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not.
There's things that you like less.
Okay, you got me.
Okay, there we go. We got Frances Sternberger. Oh fuck. Yep. As Elfie Gluckman. She was in The Doctors, Misery, Doc Hollywood, Cheers, ER, Sex and the City, The Mist. She's done a shit ton of stuff. Like fucking like an extremely long list of things, like going back years and years and years.
What was she in The Mist? Was she
She was probably the old lady.
What?
Dumbass. All right. So we got Henry Gibson in this too as Stanhope, who is one of my favorite characters like of all time. I absolutely just completely love it anytime I see this guy on screen. Right? Yes.
The Butler?
Yes.
He is one of those character actors that you're like, when you see him, you're like, yes, okay,
right. He's in a lot of things too that like you almost forget about too, like like Biodome.
Yes, he was the doctor, the head doctor at outside.
Yes. Yeah. He was in the Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Which the series or the movie?
The series.
Wait. He was the teacher. No,
he was the judge, like the witch judge.
Oh wow. Okay, I have TGIF, man. I haven't been there since. Okay. We recently just started watching TGIF show Dinosaurs. We're gonna finish the series.
Oh god, good luck. It's a fun one though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's for sure. Tom Hanks actually not only directs this episode, but like David kind of mentioned earlier, he's also in this episode as well. So I'm not going to really say too much more about what he did. I thought this one was kind of weird, though. We actually get a appearance from Sugar Ray Leonard as the Gravedigger in this episode as well.
That's who that was. Okay.
Yeah. And majority of his credits are obviously going to be documentaries, but it's still really cool to see somebody like him actually in a Tales from the Crypt episode.
And who just came out of retirement as well this year or late last year with the Mike Tyson fight.
And there's quite a few other actresses in here too. And we got BB Osterwald, Clive Rosengreen, Edward Penn, Gracia Lee, Don Perry, Constance Pfeiffer, Louise Lewis, and Greg Shoemaker in this episode as well.
Schumacher or Shoemaker?
I'm going with Shoemaker. I think it sounds better. That's for sure. And we got David chiming in. Henry Gibson was on the sketch comedy series Laugh In. I believe I saw that in
I
his
don't.
credits. I haven't actually seen the show, and
You
we
know
got
what?
Sam.
Oh, go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, like listing. This is one of the episodes where the cast is very small compared to most of the other episodes. Like, even like with the Whoopi Goldberg one, like there was tons of actors. This one, maybe major characters. There's like only two. The butler and Treat, and then you have the other characters added in. But it was like maybe under 10 actors in this whole episode.
Yeah, for sure. Sam saying, "I'm going to create my own dome with the dome within a dome." And he says, "Can we name David Wilt on here? Google because he has all the information."
You know what?
That's definitely not wrong. That's for sure.
No, he's on point, and he is one person that I would be scared to play the game Seen It with.
Flagging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys are lagging bad. And we got Sam Mason chiming in as well, saying, "What's up, bitches? How's it going, Sam?"
Who you
So,
calling a bitch?
anyways, we went ahead and
Oh.
kind of went through who's actually in this episode and everything. So, Jackie Poo, it's your turn, motherfucker. Lay this episode
right.
out for us.
All right, so the episode, opens up with the Crypt Keeper doing his thing and introduces the episode, and it starts off, you see this man and this woman having a luxurious, fancy meal, and it gets a little hot and heated, and we think that because it's her birthday, she asks him to do that thing he does, and all of us are like, oh shit, we're about to get some Gucci going on. And what happens is he starts reciting poetry, and he fixes her wine as he's doing this, and she starts to convulse and choke and everything else. She falls over. He watches, and we're like, okay, what's going on? Next thing you know, he says something very witty to her because she's dead, not like she hears it. And he makes a phone call to 911, and then overreacts dramatically, blah blah blah. A couple. The next scene is them at the cemetery, and he's like paying his respects to his late wife, and her friends and everyone are coming up to him saying, oh, she really loved you, she was in love with you.
Both of them. There's only two
I
friends.
watched too many episodes of Forensic Files to not know what's going on.
Well, this was like the 80s, so this.
Come on.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It
Anyway,
wasn't the 80s, it was 90s.
90s, early 90s, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, Forensic Files these days, this would have been caught on after the first time. Yeah. So, but well, after they say she really loved you and everything else, this man walks up and is like trying to talk to him, and he's like, why are you here? We find out that they actually been doing this little Ponzi scheme with not a Ponzi scheme, but a little scheme with marrying old ladies, killing them off, and getting their money, their retirement, what they're worth. And this guy's wanting to get out and saying the feds froze the $1 million from his late wife just now, and until for further investigation. And Treat starts to go like, man, like, I need more money. I got, just one more. We can't live off $2 million a piece. And it's just a bunch of like bullshit. I'm sorry, I could live off $2 million for the rest of my life, but that's just me. I'm sure she'd be happy with it too. So, so he goes, and we find out how he finds these women. And this is where Tom Hanks' character is introduced. And he runs a dating service. And back then, for those who didn't know, it was really how it was ran. You go to a dating place, you pay them money.
I have no idea.
They give you a VHS tape of people talking, like, hi, my name is Sarah, and I am blah, blah, blah. And he literally, I forgot what, I don't really remember the verbiage, but it was just like, good luck pretty much. And he then goes home, and we see him put in the VHS. He goes through each person, and he stops on this one person. And it's like, I'd say it was the the 90s version equivalent of Google, he happened to have this book that had like the richest people in the world, or I have no idea. They never really explained it. I'd say the yellow book for rich people. And she says her late husband's name. He goes through it, and then he's like, oh, this is what you've done, blah, blah, blah. 5 books on you or something. And then he notices
2 full
jewelry.
pages.
Yeah.
Epstein's little black book.
Yeah, something similar to that, I would assume.
I'll be right back.
I'll
I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Nicotine withdrawal.
Just keep going, Jack.
Anyways,
she watched the episode. She doesn't need to hear it.
I know. I love her. That's all that matters. So he sees this chick, this older woman, have this ruby on her, and he like. What's funny? This is hilarious, and like, don't get me wrong. Like in the 90s, the TVs were horrible. So he gets the magnifying glass and he goes up to it and he's like, oh yeah, because the quality was shit back then. And the next thing you know, he's like, oh, it's worth 30 grand. It's worth 30 grand. So the next scene is him walking up to the he's in this house, and the lady's sitting there, and the butler comes up and says, this man is here and pretty much demands to see you, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, let him in. And at this point,
my bad.
Yeah, you see the butler, like, he's like really snobby, like in the beginning. He's like, who are you, sir? And then
he's
the
such
lady,
a little looking dude.
Yeah, he's very tiny. And then he okay, so he meets the woman, and the guy is like, would you like me to show him out? And she's like, no. And before you know it, they're fucking that night. Like they go hard in the paint. Thank God for this episode. There was no things I usually talk about. And then they wake up the next morning. And
he had some problems too that she was able to help him with that I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah. I'm sure he suffered from other things. And next thing you know, they're like in the bed the next morning, and
I made you breakfast.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. That was exactly it. And then they yeah, and then he pretty much like, I want to get married, or he's just like, who the fuck does that? Wait, and look who is also on the Burbs. Not only Tom Hanks, but the butler. He was the bad guy. He was the bad guy.
Yeah. He was
Spoiler
just
alert.
misunderstood. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We got
But,
David chiming in also saying the plot of the episode about a guy marrying rich elderly women sounds something out of the classic Mel Brooks movie, The Producers. In that film, the character of Max Bilostock woos elderly women. And yes, him. And then, is that the woman who played the sheriff's wife in Misery? Yes, that is. You are correct. She was in Misery as well.
Attention to freaking. Like
Right.
he pays.
Did look familiar. Okay.
All right. So they get married, and the butler this whole time is literally like giving like this snod, like this, his nose in the air. And they get married. He comes in the house. The man is sitting there. Treat is sitting there on the stairs, and
He's also been getting notes this whole time too.
No. Up until this next point, he did. He got his first. No, he got his first note that first time when after they walked through the door married, and he's like, this came for you while you were celebrating, and he's like, oh, thank you.
Well, didn't he warn him?
No, he never.
Like he confronted him a little bit. Like
we're skipping. Whoa.
No, way before that. Like that intuition. He was just like, or maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I don't remember half of the shit I watch anymore. So
Right. Well, the first time he got the notes, he thought it was his one buddy.
Wait, no, I
Yeah.
thought that was the first time. I thought it was the first time right there when he's on the stairs and he gets the note, and
That's
he
the
opens
second
it up.
one. That's when he starts to realize that it might be the other guy, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, okay. Then he brings in the note the first time, and then he sees a name on it, and then he goes and visits his partner at the shop at the office,
His
and he literally kills
ex-partner.
him. He accuses him of sending him, trying to blackmail him, and it's quite funny. Like, the one time or the one type of person you think would wear a what did you say? You said it a clip-on tie.
I was like, thank God it's a clip-on.
Or
But
not, it
no,
wasn't. Yeah, I mean,
wish it was.
Wish it was. Yeah, he should have worn a clip-on tie to work that day. But Treat shoves his tie in the paper shredder, which kind of doesn't make.
Physics, man.
Yeah, no physics. Just it
was the 90s. We saw it a lot back then.
Yeah, we did. Paper shredders were like the
they were killing people left and fucking right in the early 90s. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I know, it was a pandemic.
Yeah, all you young people, especially you, Macy, need to realize how lucky you have it that we were able to finally fix paper shredders.
Right. Yeah. It is a real thing. Do not stick your fingers in the paper shredder.
I used to be scared of those things.
In 1994, there was more deaths from paper shredders than AIDS.
The more you know.
The more you know.
I need to get that music.
Oh yeah.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
NBC's. So that happens. He kills him. He goes back home. And I think that's when they celebrate the wedding. Like this, they're whatever. He brings in another paper, and the guy, the butler's like, here, and he reads it, and he's like, you can go now. And then he starts suspecting other things. He goes to something in the letter. It said something about that the Tom Hanks character said. And so he suspects it's Tom Hanks. So he goes and visits Tom Hanks at his office, and he's like cleaning out the freaking VHS player, the VCR with alcohol, like we all did back in the 90s and 80s. And Roger Rabbit tie in the paper shredder. Oh, that's true.
Yes, it definitely was.
They did that.
And Walter Jaiman, and they paid tribute to this in Superman Returns. Lex Luthor was married to the rich elderly lady to get her money.
It was a good plot. Yeah, I would say they used that trope. Okay, so
almost the other way around though, because the comic book came out in I think 51.
Well, yeah, they probably paid homage to it, but I don't know if it would be from Superman, or from Tales from the Crypt. It's a scenario that's been used a lot.
Definitely.
Over the years in many ways and forms. Let's see what else. So he throws Tom Hanks into a TV and kills him. And I guess electrocutes him. That was a popular way of killing people too, just like in Nightmare on Elm Street, like prime time, bitch.
It was kind of cheesy though, because he like turned the power off and it was like it quit shocking him. But
yeah,
for somebody who's done a lot of electrical work, and just so people realize that power stays in the back of that TV for a little while longer.
It's there,
like
that's
a lot longer. Don't do that shit.
Stick a fork in the socket next time.
Exactly. I mean, that's pretty much what they're doing, and that's why you got to have gloves on, usually rubber gloves, when you're fooling with just for currents, extra currents. Just because it's off doesn't mean it's off. The more you know. Again, here we go. This is just a very
informational episode.
Yeah, we're just so positive here. Right. And then he goes home, and then he just starts to like suspect, he's like, okay, I gotta get this bitch, I gotta kill her, she's done. So he calls home to his wife and says, tell John to take the night off, it's gonna get something, I don't know, whatever, freaky deaky. And then it cuts to him. She's getting in her bathrobe. She's just taking a bath. Okay, David. Speaking of Superman, the late Christopher Reeve and the late Margot Kidder appeared in episodes with Cookin' and Curiosity Killed. Yes, we know, true. David. It's coming up. Way to spoil it. Thanks.
Hey, Jack. That reminds me of my favorite joke. What's the opposite of Christopher Reeves?
I hate you.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, speaking of Superman, by the way, new JHP gear. I got it in today. This is the
Scoot back.
oh.
You sound like shit. Go by your mic.
Oh, it's new JHP gear that I got in today.
Nice.
Yeah. What?
Impulse buy.
Impulse buy. I made it. Who cares?
Yeah,
And
that
then on
sounds
the
like
back,
a Jack move.
see, it has the JHP logo as well, so you can
Right.
check all that out at our Facebook. But anyways, so plug. Anyways, so after that, they she's getting all dolled up and ready to like get down for the get down because she's all trying to get all steamy.
Powdered that gooch.
Yeah, she powdered the. Wait, what?
She powdered that gooch.
She powdered the. Yeah.
Is that what you guys call it these days?
No, I don't.
Whatever's down there.
Whatever's anyways,
Whatever's left.
the flour, I think she sprinkled the flour. Anyways, so she oh God. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. You know what? This is probably the best breakdown and detailed breakdown I've done. So you guys should be very happy. All right, so the butler comes in while she's in the bath, and he says, he starts naming names of women that the character Treat plays is killed and been with, and Treat is like, "What the hell?" He's like, "You have the night off," and cut it short. Treat's character kills the butler because he's the one you find out he's the one that's been sending these notes, trying to. I really don't understand what he was trying to do. I don't know. I can't remember why he was saying get away. Oh, he was telling her to get away because he didn't want her to. He was in love with the woman and didn't want him to kill her. So he pulled a gun out and whatever. Well, he dies. She comes out, and next thing you know, he's like, "Let's drink to something," and she takes a full gulp.
She drank that Kool-Aid.
She drank the Kool-Aid. I think, yeah, that's probably what it. Yeah, she was drinking a Kool-Aid. And then the next thing you know, she croaks, or so we think. And he goes and he always says these witty things like, "Fucking, why are you talking? Like, stop, just do it," And he calls, and next thing you know, she's not dead. He said she was not breathing. And then she grabs him, and as he's talking to 911, she's fucking with him. And he's like, "She fell down the stairs. I don't think she's alive or breathing." And he throws her down the stairs. Boom, 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 boom. She dies. Oh, I ruined something. I apologize. It was not the butler. Okay, so he gets after the funeral, everything is there. He's trying to book a flight to Paris. By the way, Justin, when was the last time you bought a plane ticket with cash? I'm just saying. Like, I try to rent a car with cash. No.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never tried to do it with cash.
Yeah. Anyways, so he.
I bet they would though if you had a big enough deposit.
Dude, no, I got laughed at when I said, "Well, I have cash."
Every time, Sam. Every time.
An insult? You're talking about that when you
no
straight up with cash. It's an insult.
It is an insult now these days. You pay with cash. It's like, oh, it's a class thing. It's like if you don't have a credit card, you can't do anything. Yeah, that's stupid. But
usually
anyways,
you get one anyway. You get a debit card every time you get a fucking bank account. It's normal to have one.
No, but they actually require credit. They don't do debit cards. I've tried that. And if you have a debit card, you have to have proof of insurance, proof of your electrical bill and all this bullshit. I know. I tried to get one in New Orleans. Yeah, I know. It's bullshit. But anyways, so here we go. So he gets another note, like with a knife in the door. And it's like, "Meet me at the grave at the mausoleum."
Mausoleum.
Mausoleum. Yeah, meet me at the
That's
mausoleum.
a tough word.
Yeah, it's a big word.
Congratulations, you made it.
Damn right, I'll get a cookie later.
It was 4 syllables, Jack. You did it.
And then what happened after that? So he goes to the to the mausoleum, and then he said, "You see like a flashlight. It's almost like found footage in a sense. Like it's from the first person view, and you see him like this. Oh, what are you doing? You could have just called me on the phone." And that's when Sugar Ray Leonard's character, the grave digger, is introduced. And what? Get on the door, Jack. You can't get on. That's it. You can't get on. I don't get it.
Can't get on the door, Jack.
That's it. You can't get. Okay, whatever. Must be something with you young folks out there. Anyways, so he's there, and that's when the grave guy is like they've been telling me about you. That's why I've been sending you this stuff, and Treat's character thinks he's trying to blackmail him, but the guy's like, no, I want to learn. I want to learn how you're doing all this. Teach me your ways, oh master. And pretty much Treat says, fuck you. And we don't see what happens, but he just pretty much shoves a shovel, I guess, halfway through his head and kills him.
F always David is right.
Oh, David.
Not the knife in the door is a very, very classic trope. That's for sure.
I'm drinking a
Sam says Titanic, fool.
Oh, wow. I'm my bad. Oh, that's it. You can't get on.
Yeah. He's going to let you drown. That's for sure.
Sorry, how old are you?
So go ahead, Jack.
So we okay, so he's like, teach me your ways, and he kills him because he doesn't want to. And the next thing you know, he starts hearing voices, and you're like, what's really happening here? And pretty much the dead come back to life. All of his widows.
The gravedigger first, though.
Yeah, I know. I said that. He kills the gravedigger. Yeah, he killed him with the shovel. Remember? Pay attention. Come on. And then he's like, let's see Agatha, which is really funny. Okay, like when he gets to that point, he opens a casket and she's gone. She's missing. Like, where are you? He turns around and there's all his dead widows. But in the story, so in the story,
was my favorite part.
Yeah, in the story. So this is the chick he just killed right here, right? How the fuck did what happened? Like, what kind of fucking embalming shit did they do to her?
An episode of The Bachelorette I'll never forget.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I have no idea.
That was 24 hours. Like, she fell down the stairs. She didn't hit a fucking.
Maybe the problem was that they didn't embalm her.
Well, even after a day,
he would decompose significantly quicker without embalming fluid.
No, but not like that. Like if it was a day after.
I don't know. I think you might want to do some research because I'm pretty sure the human body rots a lot faster than you probably think.
Well, what I'm saying is even after a week, you'd have.
Well, it's just in a mausoleum. That's the thing.
Yeah,
is I think after about 2 weeks, you start I think you start decomposing pretty quick.
The way they made it seem was she died. There was a funeral, and he was home booking a flight to Paris.
Right.
And that was it.
Well, think about it, though. Between the time somebody dies and then there's a funeral, there's usually a decent chunk of time there.
Yeah, the rigor mortis, then you start to bloat.
You're right.
All the gases start coming.
Yeah, true. Walter does have a point. Yeah, she was.
So does Ron.
Yeah, Ron. Yeah. He's a necrophiliac. That's what Ron is. Yeah.
Right. That's for sure.
Yeah. So pretty much he, his widowed zombies come back to eat him alive. The end.
Yeah.
And that's the episode.
Beautiful.
Good call. So before we go ahead and get to our commercial break, actually our next comic kind of ties into what's going to be happening next. So Sam Knight. So I'm not a comic guru. Was this episode in the comics of did they spin it off different?
Well,
Ron also says, gotta get it where you can. That's for sure. So this was based off of the None But the Lonely Heart comic book, which was told by the Old Witch in the actual comic series. And this was printed from the Tales from the Crypt issue number 33. And, with us doing our comic comparisons, we literally just go through and talk about the things that are different. So with that being said, this episode is a lot like it's very different from its original source material. That is for sure. You got Ron chiming in again. It usually requires 3 weeks to several years for a body to completely decompose into a skeleton. Yeah, but see what I mean? It's pretty quick though. It's faster than you would think. Like, so that's like, like, so within like 2 weeks or whatever, or a week and a half, like you'll definitely see some kind of feature changes. That's for sure. It's not like we were seeing skeletal fragments or anything like that. We're just getting a little bit underneath the skin. So I think it's not too far off.
Yeah, but just the way they made it seem like the next day, like
it's
that.
Exaggerated.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, a little bit. I think people just don't understand how fast the human can actually decompose.
I'm sorry, but unless you're a mortician or you're in medical school and you're actually researching that shit on your own.
That before? Have you smelled that?
Yeah.
I'm not a mortician. I'm not going to medical school, but I still know all this stuff from just personal.
No, but the fact that, anyways, continue with the comic book.
So, well, first off, this comic book is kind of told in a weird way. So our main character is actually like kind of talking to his dog about a lot of this stuff, and he's in the Lonely Hearts Club. And it's more of a, instead of doing like the video transactions to meet people, there's actual picture transaction. Those women have a bone to pick with him. That's for damn sure. Other than that, though, our first character, like he claims to have had 7 deaths. They only show like 3 of them in the comic book. The first one is a woman named Matilda, and that's the first one to die. And with her, she's actually thrown down a flight of stairs, and then she doesn't die. So then he beats her with an axe.
Oh,
so
wow,
a little bit of
yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of it's implied. You know what I mean? Like him holding the axe, going to beat her. Like I guess it's not like they're showing like the image of the axe inside of somebody and the blood spraying all the way around. The second one in here who actually died in the comic book was Effie, who was our main one in the actual episode, and she got thrown outside of an apartment window, and that was it. And then our third one was Veronica, who got poisoned. And with this, there really isn't any notes. There's no butler confrontation. There's no friend confrontation. And during this whole time, he's talking about these things to his dog King, and with what's that say? I thought Macy was a guest. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I already pulled that up. Yeah, now you just look like a dumbass. We got Ron chiming in. I've been in a crematorium before. It's not pleasant. And it depends on what you're into. I like my barbecue burnt. And
really?
Hi, Mom.
She's not here yet.
She doesn't know how to work this.
She's not here yet. I just
Oh, whatever.
No, notification. She'll come to it. She'll click on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways,
don't talk about your mom.
Hi, Mom.
Anyways, he's going to actually meet up with this new woman, Janet, and she, during this time period in the 50s, there wasn't, like I said, any of the video stuff or anything going on. So it was like picture exchanges and letter exchanges. And during the letters, she's kind of explaining where she lives, how there's all the marble everywhere. She has an iron gate. She has 12 acres of property, small buildings, all these things going on with it. And all he has is an address and, a picture of her. Now on his way going there, like before pulling in, he realizes that the address is actually a cemetery, and the cemetery with the iron gates, the marble, and it all kind of like tied in very well with what they were going with. But Janet herself was an actual different dead woman who, don't get me wrong, it could have been one of the other 7 from before taking revenge, but that's never explained in the comic book. For all we know, it's a new person just getting their revenge this way, or something turning out this way to happen to him. But she is like a zombie.
How does he get told to go there? He gets a letter.
Well, it's through his None But the Lonely Hearts Club. He's trading pictures with this woman, and she says the pictures are a few years old, etc.
Okay,
Yeah, because she died a few years ago. But yeah,
so it's
anyways,
a setup. It's actually very. They should have gone with that storyline. That's really cunning.
Oh yeah, I agree. We got David chiming in again. The scene of the main character pushing the woman down the stairs kind of reminds me of the scene in the 1992 film Death Becomes Her, which was originally supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt film. If you watch the trailer, it plays the theme. Yeah, you're right. There's quite a decent sized list of movies that were supposed to be Tales from the Crypt movies, to be fair.
Speaking of, that was a great movie that I watched several times when we rented it on VHS. For some reason, I just love the effects, the whole circle, through the stomach. I was blown away with Glenn Close and Bruce. Hold on. Die Hard.
I'm not doing shit for you anymore.
Bruce Willis.
There you go.
Yes, Bruce Willis, and I forgot the other actress's name. She's beautiful.
You're fine.
No, I know it. She Castaway. Kurt Russell. God, David's gonna pop up in here and be like, "See, yeah."
They're 30 seconds behind us.
Well, I'm just waiting.
Well, while you're thinking about it, Sam's chiming in. Don't get me wrong, the spinoff they did was great and it was within the times. But having said that, it sounds like the comic book version sounded like it would have been a great episode in itself. Maybe they should have done it too. Yeah, this was just their direction that they decided to go with, turning this episode into a modernized version of it. And Meryl Streep.
It wasn't. Yeah.
See, there he goes. Thank you, David. Jack.
But it wasn't Glenn Close. I thought because Meryl Streep. There was another. Was it? Yeah. No, it was Meryl Streep and the other one, David. That's
okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, before we get to the point where we talk about what we thought about the episodes,
wait, that was it.
Those are the main differences there.
And how'd he die? Anything different with how he died?
The zombie, the woman got her. That was
Goldie Hawn. Yes, there he is. Thanks, David. Goldie Hawn.
With that being said, we're going to take a fast commercial break, everybody, and we'll be back to talk about what we thought about this episode. So stay tuned.
Are you a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books? Then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways podcast. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants, quoting video games that don't have dialogues, shabibans, tasty news,
unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia,
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts,
or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Redoctopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we?
We sure do. So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
like me,
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Redoctopus is part of the Dorkening and Inebriar podcast networks, with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, or any podcast player cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all things that make growing up awesome.
Everything about our food is changing. The way we cook it, the way we eat it, and the way we share it. And that's why I'm encouraging you to come and check out Pardon My Fork. Conveniently packaged in hour-long episodes and available anywhere you find your favorite podcasts and at pardonmyfork.com. We are talking to home cooks, chefs, Food Network stars, and world food champions. So cleanse your palate and come and get a heaping helping of Pardon My Fork.
Hello. This is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and ParanormalPunches.com.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. A whole new season of spine-tingling tales.
For the first time in We're Not Afraid of the Dark history, we're actually going to watch a erotic scene
together. Just a couple brothers watching porn together. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, on air right now. This is the biggest plot hole I saw this, by the way. How in the fuck does she take him back in town for
But he made it a point to bump him. But no, I agree.
How do you not catch this?
I was drunk when I watched this.
Whoa, you.
So were we.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just this giant fucking board right here ready to lock down.
Like it has hooks that you latch the fucking door to lock it.
She is on Mr. Skate Up, I'll link in the show there. She just and she's listed as great nudity. She's a red-haired girl. They say she has great natural tits.
See?
You seen her black people in this episode?
I like how she's exercising while eating it, and then she's in the bathroom taking a shit, reading the story, and the plate's on the floor.
Man, this is also the first episode where our main characters aren't just a bunch of generic white kids.
Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. We are the world's greatest electroshock band, we destroy monsters, we drink booze, and we win championship belts. If you're not listening to Trick or Treat Radio, here's a taste of what you've been missing. There's 3 guarantees in life. What are they?
Death, taxes, and Trick or Treat Radio every Friday morning.
This is one of the most convoluted movies I've ever seen in my life.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you took a shit on a pile of shit.
But you shit on him for liking what he likes.
Yeah, well, it's my job.
This podcast is now banned in Germany.
It's me, Giovanni Lombardo Radici.
Shut up. I call bullshit. I demand someone to bring me the face of Lindsay Lohan.
If I had genitals, I would definitely bang her.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fan person?
You just hit the jackpot.
This is a weird movie, huh?
It had action, it had suspense, it had great characters, it had great acting.
I'm gonna strangle you with my jockey shorts.
I don't like mobster movies.
All right, well, here's my take. You're a sick fuck.
Thank you. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Have you ever seen 2001?
The box, right? The box and the monkey.
Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and trickortreatradio.com.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast, where we discuss Tales from the Crypt. And this is one of Jack's favorite episodes, may I also go ahead and add. So I think we should probably say, I fucked that all up. I think we should probably go ahead and start with Jackie Poo and let you.
Actually, I'm gonna pass this first one on to Macy.
Oh, really?
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So give your opinion.
I know that you really like to talk, Jack, so I was trying to make sure you got your stuff in so that Macy would actually
I'll go last.
No, I gotta steal what you said.
Nope. So you go first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Tell
Macy,
everyone.
go ahead. Take over the screen.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of Jack. We don't want to see your dumbass.
Can't really do that. But no, you tell everybody what you think of the episode and you rate it 1 out of 10.
I thought it was very good. It's very good. Very good. Very good. The guy deserved exactly what he got at the end. Very good. Very good. That's all I can say. I don't get all technical with it. I liked what I saw. I liked what I saw. The moving pictures on the screen. Yeah. I'd give it 9 out of 10. Pretty good.
A 9 out of 10? That's
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Okay. All right. That's higher than what they rated it on IMDb. So
don't even tell me because I'm putting my rating.
Okay. All right.
You go first. You go next. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will. I'm gonna say overall that this episode was pretty fun. It had some pretty cool characters in it. That's for sure. Being able to I'm trying to think of his name. I always fucking draw a blank on this guy's name, even though I fucking adore the shit out of him. Henry Gibson. Anytime seeing him on screen, like I fucking love it. I truly do. I think he's awesome. I think he's a very talented actor. I like I said, I just adore the dude. Other than that, like the special effects in this were fucking pretty good for what it was, especially for back then and everything. Let me go ahead and grab some of those pictures again. Like you could tell with like some of the picture quality is a little bad on my end.
Caught me off guard.
But like, yeah, they did a pretty good job. Like, especially with that last girl Like you see her eye coming out and everything. Like they did a fucking amazing job with the special effects for this, and especially like early '90s stuff and the budget that they had for some of these things. Like it was just amazing. And then having Tom Hanks go ahead and direct this one was pretty cool too. I'm not the biggest Tom Hanks fan. I will admit that. I'm not going to say I don't like the guy, but I thought he did a pretty good job in this. Even doing like his whole cameo thing as the video guy was pretty fun.
But nothing beats the Michael J. Fox cameo. By the way,
I will agree with that.
Yeah.
I will say though, like after reading the comic book on this one, I was kind of disappointed in the episode. I really felt that the comic book was that much better than the episode that was made for it.
I will agree with you after what you told me. Like that, they kind of fucked it up, man. It's it's kind of like they.
That's why I gave it a 9.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got Samuel Knight chiming in.
Well,
8 out of 10.
you know?
Very well brought to modern times of the.
It was still
All the
pretty
time,
good.
just enjoyed it. Yeah, that's for
Okay.
sure. I'll say just because of the differences and how disappointed I was with that, and I just thought the comic book was so much better. There was just so much more in it, and then the way it was happening was it was creepier to me, at least. But I can't speak for everybody, that's for sure. Overall, though, I would probably give this one about a 7.5 out of 10. Anyways, go ahead, Jake.
I was waiting. Okay, so that was it. All right. Taking into effect, yes, it is one of my favorite episodes. But after reviewing it and going in, and actually, thanks to David, him telling us the little tidbits and the throwbacks to the different types of films and the tropes, it kind of along the way with me, really lost its flair. Especially when you talked about the comic book, it really brought it down. Like I was up there with a high, a higher number. The effects were good. The story was good. I still think the comic book, the difference, like they just should have did that. Like it would have been creepier and more suspenseful. Instead of the suspecting everyone trying to backstab you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And also like you said, the paper shredder, more deaths than AIDS in 1994. Like, don't, okay, but taking all that into consideration, you actually gave it a higher rating than I do. I want to give this one after everything because each situation kind of knocked it down a tier. So it's a solid 7 for me. 7 out of 10.
Wow. No, that's interesting. That's for sure. I will say though, like the special effects in this episode are definitely like a 9 out of 10 for Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah,
they really did go overboard on that, and the special effects team that worked on the episode did a fucking amazing job.
Absolutely.
And for some weird feel it, I got them. I'm pretty sure it was probably Todd Masters.
Oh, and look at Sam. Sam's actually taking my, going with me on this one.
Right. Oh, wow. See, look at you getting people to agree with you.
Get a cookie.
Yeah, get them one. So, anyways, that pretty much wraps up our entire review for None But the Lonely Heart. But before we get ready to get out of here, guys, Macy, why don't you tell us a little bit more about you and everything that you do?
Well, since I've met Jack, I've been able to really dive into the practical effects and stuff. I'm really excited. I was never really, I'm kind of a freelance all around artist. I've been drawing ever since I could pick up a pencil. And so I've illustrated and painted and stuff. And so I love to learn new things with new mediums, and finally got into makeup when I was like, I want to say like 14. I was never into a lot of girly things at a very young age until I started getting into makeup and stuff. And then once I started with that, then I wanted to learn how to do like more special effects, like the bruising and stuff. I really thought that was interesting because I've always loved horror movies and things like that. So I think what got me going was The Walking Dead. Sorry, it's not very exciting. Yeah, no, but that was around my time, obviously like season 10, whatever right now is just garbage. But
the original
when it was like season 1 through 4, when it was still premiering, I was watching it, dedicated to that. And I mean, the special effects in there were just, those zombies were just beautiful. And like ever since then I was like, man, I really want to do this. I want to make monsters and just be hands-on and create, and so luckily I've met Mr. Jackson here, and we've been working on some new stuff, and this will be kind of my first round of trying to
do stuff theatrically, right?
Well, not even just that, but working with even bigger mediums, more professional grade type things, because as a kid I'd improvise around the house with things like flour and Elmer's glue and acrylic paint and just go at it. And it looked like shit, but I was proud of myself for at least getting out there and trying it, and I've seen how far I've come with it. And, I've done haunted houses and things like that. It's so fun. I've just never really, been able to find something that could cater to that, like all year round. With like film and stuff, you can kind of do that all the time. I was thinking about going to the 13th Gate, that haunted house, and be a makeup artist there. I did get an email back, but that's only seasonal for like haunted houses and stuff. I put on 2 haunted houses at a local RV park. That was really fun. And it's just really cool now because now I can actually step into it. I have an outlet to network and get connections with people and listen to other people's experiences and, tips and tricks and all that. And I think it's really cool. So,
and she's actually had some one-on-one video tutorials with Sam Mason.
Oh yeah.
In the past few weeks.
He's really good.
Yeah, he's been teaching her some things, and that's really cool. And the cool fact about Macy too is that before she met me, she was considering going to mortician school.
Yeah.
And she didn't have it. The cool thing, little history, or a little, not to get like too deep with our relationship, but around this area, people like us don't really exist with the love of horror and just the weird creepiness.
It's very conservative, traditional, like be afraid of everything. And
it's the typical people around here, are lawyers, doctors, farmers, plumbers, blue collar stuff.
Really hard to find a career. I was thinking about pursuing cinema makeup school in Los Angeles when I was like around a junior in high school, and that's what I really wanted to go there. And then I started really thinking about it, like, I don't know if I'm like emotionally ready to do that. Los Angeles is like culture shock, from small town Louisiana. I don't know if I'm ready for it. And so I just kind of waited around, and sure enough, I met him, and I'm like, dude, this is like all I could have ever asked for. I mean, it's small town, like we do what we want to do. And it's okay. It's not, I'm not signing big old contracts. I'm not spending all this. Well,
not yet.
Yeah,
not
obviously,
yet.
but
not
not, risking so much, and it's really cool because it's a learning experience with everyone because we're kind of all in it together,
And the cool thing is we actually have the full community support of our parish with what we do. We do get a lot of businesses interested in commercials and bartering, and just a lot of stuff that's it's open doors for both of us in this area. I know we do the podcast with you, Justin, every other week, and we produce 2G1C. But the exciting things that you guys out there and our listeners that are listening right now don't get to see is how busy we are during the day. Like, what we do every single day. And that's the exciting stuff that, we really don't, get too personal with on here. But, it's putting on this show and everything else takes more than than people realize. And it's so exciting for us to actually come together and for me to bring Macy into my world, doing this. I never thought I would have a partner,
We have our creative differences for sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like we all strive for the same thing. We want to love what we do and be successful at it. And if you're doing what you want to do, then hell, I mean,
do it.
You're doing pretty damn good.
Yeah. Definitely, that's fair. So, anyways, let me go ahead and get to some of these comics real quick before they go and scroll up the screen. We got Sam Knight chiming in. I think if the played more of the comic mixed with the modern 90s technology, like the video dating, could have had made it better. Yeah, definitely, that's for sure.
I see his comment. Go to it. Just go to his comment.
Just stop. Just wait a second. We got Matthew Movies chiming in. How's it going, fellas? Hey, Matthew. For those who don't know, he's the winner of the Demon Knight drawing. Lucky guy there. Yeah, definitely. He posted a picture of it on our page. I shared it to the group so everyone could check it out.
I liked it.
I was very excited it got to you as quick as it did, man. He says, damn it, seems like I'm logging in at the end of the show most weeks because of my job. That's understandable, but fortunately for you, you can always catch us on a replay. And if you do want to talk about anything that we've actually discussed already, feel free to go to the Tales from the Podcast page on Facebook, which can be found over at talesfromthepodcast.com. And there's a phone number on there. Feel free to leave a voicemail. We will air them live and everything. So, if you miss it, still, you got a chance to check it out and still talk to us about it.
And that's really cool too, is like, even though, some people do miss our show. The great thing about what we do is like we're on multiple platforms. If you watch another show or you got something else to do at the same time we're on, it's okay. You can catch us. Catch us on the flip side. We still get your comments. We still like them. We still interact with you. We love you.
Yeah. I have yet to not reply to something. Like I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And
I get the text or the call like, "Hey Jack, go check out what David said or what Sam said." Like he actually does call me, guys, and tells me because I'm working at the office and I'll get phone calls. Yeah, he's like, "Go pay attention to it." So we do care about you guys. I know we don't really talk that much in depth about that stuff, but we really do put a lot of work into this. Justin likes to do. Say he does more work than me, but it is.
Can you argue that?
No, I'm not going to argue. I'm not.
Okay.
I can't. I cannot argue. But I did have more shares than you this time. Boom! Of this post, not on the page, but of this post. That's the truth.
Kind of.
And I'm sticking to it. But anyways, go ahead.
Matthew also says, "Love the Walking Dead zombies. Definitely one of the best parts of the show."
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm going to say the only good part about the show.
Absolutely.
Go the first couple seasons.
Until it got redundant.
When it got to Negan, honestly, guys, let's be honest. It turned into like days of our lives with zombies.
When they stopped following the comic book and went to shit.
Yeah.
We also said, Matthew also says, has she mentioned where you can see any images of her work?
Oh,
that's
Instagram.
exactly where I was going to get to next as soon as I caught up with the comments. And then Sam Knight also says, can I be in your world, Jack?
But wait, Sam, I can show you the world.
You got to be really dedicated.
Unbelievable place.
And nobody really wants to hear any of that. So anyways,
tell me, princess,
Jackson, shut the hell up.
Right. Hey, let's talk about the guest and not you.
But a whole new world.
You got to be really dedicated to be in this world.
This is what shows look like when your co-host is a narcissist.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Jack Hunter Show, Tales from the Podcast episode.
So anyways, Macy, do you have anything or any pages that anybody can check out and actually see a lot of your work?
Yeah, for sure. Instagram, you can find me there. It's Milk and Moths. No underscores. Right there.
Milk and Moths.
Milk and Moths.
That's
yes, sir.
Is that like a daiquiri?
I think that's a southern drink.
It's a southern drink. I haven't heard that one yet.
Louisiana just drink milk and moths.
Hey, bartender, give me that milk and moth, buddy. Yeah, let me get that right now. Thank you.
Yeah, you
Hey
can
Jack,
find me
why don't you
there.
go ahead and spell that out in the chat thing there for everybody?
Okay,
for
got you.
Instagram.
I got you.
Right. We go ahead, Macy.
Or my other well, it's supposed to be for my practical effects Instagram page, Off With Her Head. It's all one word.
All right.
It's specifically for like the work I do too, but I need to post on there more for sure, but it does have all my work on there.
Is that the
So
one?
far,
Is
yeah.
that the one you did for your artwork stuff? You know, the one
Yeah, a
your
little bit of
Facebook,
both.
your
Yeah.
Facebook one. Yeah.
Oh no, not Facebook.
Well, no, you have your Facebook one, the one that you.
I'm gonna pop a blood vessel if I get back on Facebook. I can't do it. I had to
Okay.
delete the app off my phone.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
But
But she.
absolutely, if you want to find me there, it's the same thing. So
Right.
sure.
Well, anyways, it sounds like Instagram is probably the easiest way for people to go ahead and check you out.
Yeah,
And that's
so-
over at Milk and Moths, everybody. So please check out Macy, check out her work, give her some likes, follow her. She'll love you, maybe. I don't know. So, anyways, that pretty much is going to wrap up our show for tonight. Jack, do you have anything that you want to go ahead and add before we get the fuck out of here?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for watching us and being a part of this episode where I brought my girlfriend into this world. It's been an absolute pleasure. And
You just said that like you're her mom. Like you brought her into this world.
Bro.
You birthed her.
I brought you into this world, and I can take you out, motherfucker.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, man.
But
We always
anyways,
appreciate you.
I bringing her into my movie world of magic and, letting, people see a different side of me
How much
and
magic is
see
there
that
really,
I'm actually,
Macy?
what?
Said how much magic is there really?
No, there's quite a bit. But no, like just thank you guys for being a part of this. Honestly, it's very historic for me because I've never brought anyone into.
Well, this
something
is your
like-
first girlfriend.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh wait, I'm gay, right? I'm sorry. I
We
can't do
know.
this. I'm
You
gay.
said it, not me.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Definitely was. I'm not gay, but no.
Are we in the closet right now?
Are we in a closet? Yeah, technically. But no, guys. There's a lot of stuff happening with me and Justin. Justin, as you guys, if you don't know, you'll know now. Justin is a partner along with some of the people here in our chat with me at JHP, Jack Hunter Productions. You can find us on Facebook. We have some exciting things coming up. I can't reveal anything at this moment.
So let's not talk about them.
Well, I know, but I'm just letting people know that there are some big things.
Hey,
coming.
we're gonna tease you that we're gonna give you guys a teaser at some point in time in the near future.
At sometime, yeah. Who knows?
good-
We'll discuss it with
good
the
job,
rest of the team.
douchebag.
Yeah. No, all I can say is I'll just leave it with this. Can history repeat itself with Jack Hunter Productions and the brand Jack Hunter? So with that being said, Justin.
The crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.